of a leak that Dragon Ball Daima is not connected to Dragon Ball Super. In other words, Daima is not canon to Super? This comes from a pretty reliable leaker who has been right in the past, aka SoFanGeek, and he says he has a reliable source that says Beerus will 100% have nothing to do with Daima. So basically what he's saying is that Dragon Ball Super Beerus, aka the DBS remake, is not connected to Daima. So this...
That's not what he said. Let's address it. That's not what he said at all. He said that Beerus will have nothing to do with Daima. Meaning, don't go thinking that you're getting Daima Season 2. Daima already happened. Beerus isn't going to be mentioning Dragon Ball Daima. It's not going to be mentioning none of that. Okay? But it's still connected. Just don't be looking for it. Don't be looking for things to connect into Goma's story or for things to connect into Neva's story. Don't be looking for answers about Majin Raimus. You're not going to get those in this Dragon Ball Super Beerus remake. Here's the thing though. Why do you say it's not connected to Dragon Ball Super at all? They say Dragon Ball Super Beerus. Meaning like, don't look for elements talking about Dragon Ball Daima and recent events in Dragon Ball Beerus. They're going to still be taking care of the things in Dragon Ball Super that we know. It's still going to be the remaster of Dragon Ball Super. So, no Daima Season 2. However, that doesn't mean that it's not connected. I think you tried that on purpose. I like you, bro, but I think you tried that on purpose.
DBS remake was not made to connect Daima and Super. So for anyone who thought we were about to see Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku versus Beerus in the Dragon Ball Super remake, well, unfortunately you're wrong and we will not be seeing this.
And even still, this doesn't mean that Daima isn't in the same continuity as Dragon Ball Super. He was referring to Dragon Ball Beerus, and what he said didn't indicate that it's not connected. It only indicated that they wouldn't be so much as talking about extra lore of Dragon Ball Daima. It's strictly going to be what we thought it was already. Now here's the thing. If something isn't included in Dragon Ball Super Beerus, does that mean that it's not connected or that it doesn't exist at all in Dragon Ball Super? No. So, have you proven that it's not connected to Dragon Ball Super? No.
But don't get your panties in a bunch just yet. There's more news. Apparently, Daima elements might appear in later Dragon Ball Super arcs, which would probably make sense.
Isn't that sounding consistent with what I just said? You are going to see elements, meaning Super Saiyan 4. You're going to see it. But what you tried to do was try to prep the ground so that when you see it, you can still demand that it's not connected. That's trash. All he said was that Dragon Ball Super Beerus isn't going to be talking about Dragon Ball Daima. It didn't say that it wasn't connected to Dragon Ball Super, that it's not connected to the continuity or the terms of events, just that there's not going to be nothing in it where they're going to be talking. So, hey, kind of put your hopes down. Stop looking for Goku to talk about Super Saiyan 4 in that moment where he told him that Super Saiyan 3 was his last form. Kind of stop looking forward to perhaps Goku using Super Saiyan 4 against Beerus before getting knocked out, or perhaps Super Saiyan 4's lore ties into Super Saiyan God. None of that's actually gonna happen. So let's explain what they're really telling us without trying to lie. This is kind of the danger of what people do. They try to intentionally poison your perception of things when they don't like how it happened. And I'm not trying to go at homeboy. I really like him. I watch his content faithfully. So if you see this, please don't think that I'm trying to cook you or nothing. But what you're saying is just not true. Check this out.
I could definitely see them taking some elements from Daima and incorporating them into future Dragon Ball Super arcs. I think that's completely possible and realistic. The only thing that totally sucks is that we might not get to see Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Instinct Goku in the future, even though it would be pointless, but it would just be awesome. Whatever.
No. Absolutely not. Okay? I mean, if you see elements, you're going to see Super Saiyan 4 when you see Goku whip it out. Meaning, so let's just look at everything just so that y'all don't think I'm coping. They've let us know that there will be elements of Dragon Ball Daima that show up in Dragon Ball Super. Cool. Just like I said. Daima is connected to Super, you're going to see Super Saiyan 4 in it. It's going to be known that in Dragon Ball Super, they have always had Super Saiyan 4. Goku has had Super Saiyan 4. That's going to happen. Now, when they say Dragon Ball Super Beerus, and I think that this is actually interesting because the emphasis of Dragon Ball Super Beerus as opposed to them just saying Dragon Ball Super is, everybody's looking and wondering what'll be changed in Dragon Ball Super Beerus, and they're kind of letting you know, like, listen, if you got questions about the lore of Dragon Ball Daima, don't expect to receive that in Dragon Ball Super Beerus, which makes sense because we didn't get that in Dragon Ball Super in those arcs, so don't look for it here. And that's all that it seems that they're actually telling you. They never said that Dragon Ball Daima is not connected to Dragon Ball Super. That's cap. Although, somebody who kind of doesn't want Super Saiyan 4 to be confirmed as weak as hell like it already was, somebody who doesn't want this, who didn't want this, like a GT fan, they would try and push this narrative that, oh yeah, you might see it in there, but don't worry, it's not, Daima isn't canon. Like, bro, come on now.
Bro, I'm still banking on the fact that somehow, some way, Goku's gonna combine Super Saiyan 4 with Ultra Instinct
and see, that makes me think that you might be one of these individuals. I know you really like Super Saiyan 4, and that's fine. But when a person is like, look, a person that say they want those combined, that's because a person understands Super Saiyan 4 is nothing compared to MUI, but they really still want to keep Super Saiyan 4. So now they're like, hey, let's let Super Saiyan 4 kind of meat ride what we were just trying to compete with. Like, hey, can we be Siamese? Like, if I can't beat you, can we just conjoin? Like, no, get away. You see what I'm saying? If I can't beat you, I was just trying to prove I was better than you. You won. So, hey, how about we combine ourselves in the next arc? Like, or how about you accept, okay, that you're simply not the direction that we're going in?
Get something like a Super Saiyan 5 Goku again. Okay, I'm just kidding. But hey, I'm just saying it is possible. We do know that Goku can combine Ultra Instinct in tangent with other forms. Hear me out on this. Imagine if we got to see Goku.
Now, here's the thing. If Goku is using the technique of Ultra Instinct, not combining the form, but Goku is using the technique of Ultra Instinct, he could do it in base, Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. He can Blue Kaioken. He can do it in all of his states. Okay, but he doesn't create a new transformation. And to suggest this for Super Saiyan 4, knowing damn well that it doesn't do that for 1, 2, 3, or even Superior God or Superior Super Saiyan Blue, it doesn't do that for those. But to want it to do that for Super Saiyan 4 seems extremely unreasonable and just biased toward Super Saiyan 4.
Who's giant key avatar, but it's in Super Saiyan 4. You can't tell me that wouldn't be cool. Come on. Also, for all the people...
It wouldn't. It would not be cool. You know what I mean? It's just, now we're asking for other things that Super Saiyan 4 lost to just kind of share some of their awesomeness with Super Saiyan 4, because Super Saiyan 4 fans cannot learn how to swallow this defeat. They cannot accept the fact, like, they're still looking for a desperate way, a desperate plea to cop that'll allow them to share that spotlight.
Who is pulling up this manga panel to pull up an inconsistency? Well, I guess it isn't inconsistent at all, because this is Goku's final form if Daima is not connected to Super.
See, you see how hard he's pushing it when those are not the words that he showed on screen. Now, if there's something else that I didn't see, prove me wrong. However, that's not what was shown on screen. And he's pushing it hard while simultaneously suggesting all of these outcomes that would allow Super Saiyan 4 to be back on top in a way, shape, or form. And it's just it feels like way too much of a coincidence. That would be way too convenient for a Dragon Ball GT fan. So personally, I kind of feel like I'm right about this, and this is literally the blueprint agenda in acting. But it's okay, though, because I'm still going to watch your content and rock with you. It's just one time that I caught you simping out for Super Saiyan 4. It's just one time, and that don't mean that I'm hating on your channel. Let's go.
So there you go. Anyway, how do you guys feel that there's a possibility that Daima is not connected to Super? Remember, this does come from a leaker, so take everything I said with a grain of salt. Tell me how you guys would feel about this in the